like here or somewhere, I don't know, is where the chair was throughout last August. About there, I don't really know. I'm gonna have to compare it to what it was on the tape, the VCR that I recorded last year. But yeah, same general area. I don't even know if you can see that back there. Today is August 15th. It is the sort of 1-year anniversary of the last pool party that I recorded on the tape, although it got majorly corrupted due to whatever happened. And yeah, it didn't work out. Then I also, that night, I guess on the 16th, did the whole like third installment of the Out on the Town while intoxicated. But you know, now it is this year, current year. It is very hot out here. Bad taste in my mouth from lunch, but thankfully, after getting that block, I won't have to eat that kind of stuff every single day in my life anymore. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know. I'm going back to school on Wednesday, on the 17th. So, yeah, and it's also kind of disappointing that I am not doing, that I haven't done anything all summer. It's so hot out here that, like, it smells like smoke constantly. Nothing's even on fire. I think it's just this, I don't know. Anyway, August 20th was really when I first had, like, the idea of what the actual story is, because, you know, I started putting the chair up there as a reference to just a blanket term, you know, pretty early on in August. And for those first, like, 18 days, I didn't really know where I was going to go with it. Although, I guess, on the first iteration of the chair god comparison, which was at church, because it was, and by the way, that chair had, that was at church, the white chair that I kicked over in March, that was, it was always a kind of a weird thing for people to do, because it had been sitting out there for months up until then, and everyone in the youth group kind of just made jokes about, like, a hymn or something. So, you know, that's where I took that from, just by the way. But really, in the first section, in the first stage of that, it had no, like, real stuff. It was just a placeholder. But now, in the second stage, in August, I wanted to, I don't know, I guess give more context into what it is, or into what it, like, was capable of doing. Because, I mean, I kicked it over, and that was supposed to be the end of it, and then it just returns in my backyard for some reason. But yeah. Also, yeah, we have rocks here now. Don't know if you can see that. But yeah, I finally figured out that the character known as Halo in my project, who kind of symbolized a, I don't know, like a calmingness. It was like a warmth, like a comfort feeling, just represented in a character. That was really represented, I think, only on like April 27th or so, when I was at the beach in Canyon Lake. But yeah, they were supposed to be like my imaginary friend or whatever, which is cringe now that I say it, but who cares about that? That was a year ago. But they're dead, and chair god killed them for some reason, because I'm not supposed to be doing this. And actually, I think chair god, which is just what I'm calling it, although whatever, it's very hot. I can barely think out here. I don't know why I decided to walk up here. Well, I know why I decided to walk out here, but it is I don't want to be out here. It is hot out here. Anyway, yeah, for some reason to get me to stop doing the experiment, I guess, Chair God murdered my only friend, Halo, and I wasn't very happy about that, so that's why on August 20th, I had the whole section of me, like, you know, panicking in front of a computer. I guess that was just me, like, finding out or whatever. Wasn't really that emotional, but whatever. And we had a whole sentimental part. That was August 20th. I know what happens there. Here, on August 13th, I took the VCR tape of the construction site. I almost dropped my phone. What the heck? I almost did it again. What the heck am I doing? It is so hot out here, I can barely even hold this thing. But yeah, there's the house. That's why I walked out here, just to show you what it looks like now. But a year ago, it was basically just an outline for a foundation. So that's where it was on August 13th of last year. And that's what I recorded on the tape on August 13th of last year. And now it's fully built and there are people living in it. So, cool. Our house was supposed to be like finished by now, but construction got lazy and decided not to respond to us. So that's what's going on. Anyway, on August 21st, the next day, on that Saturday, I was wanting to, like, give a homage to my previous house, because that house that I just showed you was built on the site of the original house in which I grew up in as a small child. And although I don't really care about what's going on with that property because I have no real connection to it anymore, you know, in character, I was upset because it's basically erasing history or whatever. You know, just whatever. So I decided to record a video on my iPod of while playing a C418 song on this phone and using my iPod to record the cassette tape and the music in the background of a random video from that house, my previous house, you know, from the multitude of cassette tapes there are when I was like 2 years old, you know, and I'm just, you know, sitting around. So I just decided, yeah, I'm going to record over that with some music in the background, and then I'm going to bring the tripod and my actual camera over to the construction area, which by now, I think, by August 21st, it had, like, the actual concrete foundation had been laid, I think. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. God, it's hot out here. I hate it out here. This is why I don't go outside anymore. Anyway. Can you tell that I'm dying? Anyway. Set it out there and recorded about a 4-minute video just looking out onto the foundation through the trees, and kind of just played the video in the background as music. I didn't, like, put my iPod up against in front of the camera. I just played it in the background, so all you could see visually was the property or the foundation, but all you could hear was the video. So basically an old tape recording and orchestral electronic music in the background from C418's One album, from not Minecraft related, which I also listened to then, although that doesn't really have anything really to do with the story. That was the only thing I took on August 21st. It was probably intricate enough. I wonder if I still have the video on my iPod of just the tape and music and everything, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm going back. On August 22nd, it was a Sunday, and I didn't really get to do that much experiment-wise. We went to church as usual, because of course we are. And then, instead of going home, we actually went to Nathan's current girlfriend's house, just to, you know, stay the day. A few of our other friends came over. I think it was someone's birthday. Maybe. I think it was her dad's birthday or something. No idea. But anyways, me, my brother, and them, that family that lives there, along with a couple more friends, I guess, came over to their house. We, you know, had fun. We, like, walked around their, like, neighborhood. We went down to a lake and did stuff for a few minutes. And then we went back into their house and watched, I think, like a Studio Ghibli movie or something. I don't know. God. I hate the weather here. This is why I'm not living here. As soon as I get the opportunity to move away from here, I am moving far away from here. Anyway. Yeah, that was August 22nd. There was a teardown map that updated relating to the back rooms that has nothing to do with the experiment. But shut up about that. I'm getting to the important part. Maybe. I am severely, like, disoriented and maybe even delirious. Okay. So, this is said video from August 21st. Again, it doesn't look that impressive. It's literally just the carpet. But what's more important is the sound. I'm just recording a tape of my mom talking about, like, my 18th-month birthday while I was just crawling around and whatever. And then that's basically it. It's basically just tape noises and other things that represent memories, which I didn't really care for because I haven't listened to that tape since, or I haven't even, like, played any of those tapes since. God, I hate this. Anyway, August 23rd was when I kind of started going through, like, the stages of grief, I guess. I don't know. Or, you know, some rendition of that. So, I think the first thing I did, I took... Well, first of all... Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention. I did another Out on the Town. So, on August 21st through August 22nd, I listened to C418's album called One. It took a bit, but that doesn't really matter. That night, August 22nd at night, I started listening to, like, his 2015 album called 148. And that album is actually a banger. That album is a freaking banger, just so you know. Listened to it at, like, midnight on August 23rd. And basically, I recorded another, and this is my, like, third Out on the Town video that I recorded in August. But yes, I recorded another Out on the Town video that month on the night or the early morning of August 23rd. Cool, cool. Gotta calm down. So, basically, I was basically listening to 148, the album, banger album, throughout the night, throughout that entire walk. So I started recording as I was like walking down the driveway at night, while also listening to that and sometimes singing the lyrics to the song if it had lyrics, if I wanted to. Yeah. But then once, on the driveway, we passed the house that is being built at the moment. It's basically still just a foundation with concrete. Yeah, that's that simple. Nothing really comes. I don't know where I think I go down to the cemetery like I pretty much always do at the end of Out on the Town. Forget what I like talked about at all during that. There might have been a car that like showed up and I had to run into the woods for a second, which seems to happen quite a bit during those, but I can't remember exactly what happened other than that. But really, the important part is actually, aside from the Out on the Town video, on August 23rd in the very early morning, I recorded another video while I was walking down the driveway, and it was actually when I was walking back down the driveway. I was playing, by then I'd like finished listening to the album, but I went back and there was the track called Friend, I think, that I thought was cool. And so it was a recording of me holding the flashlight and walking. It was like a POV of me holding a flashlight, walking down the driveway. You see the ground in the flashlight beam while the previous song's outro is playing. And then once the actual song started, I put the camera down and I timed it to where I put it down and that would happen at the like kind of entrance to where I wouldn't have to like climb through that as many trees. And basically what happened, I set the camera down looking towards the house kind of, down on the ground on top of my phone, which was playing the music. And basically I recorded myself trespassing onto this property. Cool. Whatever. You see like just basically me walking into said property, which is basically just a foundation. So I wasn't like looking for anything. But what I did do on like the wooden beams that kind of just like outlined the foundation, they hadn't even put like any framing up at that point on August 23rd. But we're going back to the list because this list was very important. I wrote in the numbered like code language or whatever. I think I wrote like on the beams. I like wrote the numbers like in like vertically. I think it said like one of them said sacred property or sacred land or something. I don't know, something big and whatever that no one could understand. And since it was just numbers, I bet the people that built it didn't even like care that much because it was just numbers. It probably was, to them, probably written on before they even put them down. I guess, I don't know. Then the other one said like memories being erased or something cryptic that I don't really care about now, and I never really did care about it. But for the sake of the video, I was supposed to care. So that was me protesting or like vandalizing that construction in protest because I don't know. I honestly don't know. God. What is that? Anyway, I went back. There's something moving around up there, and there's no one home. Anyway, I went back to the phone, which coincidentally, I didn't even plan on it actually happening, but the song ended right when I was walking back from doing that. I didn't plan like it to be that timed well, but it was timed that well, and I liked that, even though I was doing something illegal. Um, that didn't matter to me. Honestly, it still doesn't because I actually wasn't doing anything. But what I did do, I went back onto the property after I took the video out and ended, and it actually kind of started another song, which was basically just saying a bunch of numbers. Anyway, didn't really matter with anything. Then I went back and I basically just turned the flash on my camera, which is kind of a risky thing to do because that property is in view of like another house there. But again, it's like 2 in the morning. I basically just took very quick shots with the flash on of the numbers that I just wrote, because why would I write the numbers if I'm not going to take a picture of it? Because I actually don't care about who's building the property. I mean, we sold the property to them legally, and it really has no sentimental value to me anymore. I don't even think this place does anymore because I hate living here. But I'm complaining for the sake of being pretentious. So then I think I might have like taken a few more pictures of just like the trees, which were actually kind of blurry for some reason. I think because it was humid still, and it basically was just a very blurry picture of trees at night with the flash on at night. And then I walked home. I might have taken a non-flash picture, but a like a really long exposure shot of me standing in front of my house, which ended up turning out to not show anything because it's too dark for at least the capabilities of the exposure setting on my camera. However, later on that day and yes, this is the property, sacred land, whatever, previous home kind of deal that I was going on is not really anything to do with the chair or the fact that like my imaginary friend just died. So I don't know why I'm doing that now. I'm confused on a lot of things that I did. But on August 23rd, later that day, I went back to that actual story of my friend dying. And I was actually wearing this shirt too, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was. I definitely was wearing this exact shirt because this is the shirt that I wore during most of my important videos, which had me in them. So, what this video looked like is basically me grieving. Wow, very important because I'm supposed to show grief at my friend who literally was just dead for some reason. That was killed by a chair in my backyard for some reason. I have no idea how that works. How am I going to set this up? Basically, the video was, and the song behind it, or the song that wasn't actually playing behind it, but I was planning on adding it in post later, was actually Warmth from C418's Minecraft album. I think it's one of like the Nether songs, I think. Anyway. But it was basically just really quiet, ambient, and kind of, I don't know, melancholic. I don't know if I describe it as that now. But basically, what this video looked like, it was taken probably a little lower than this is, but I'm not going to set it up because I had to set it up on like a lot of like books and stuff in order to get the exact right angle. And these are sunglasses from Youth Night that my cousin will remember because I was homeschool Harv, and that has nothing really to do with this video. I'm talking too fast. But these are sunglasses, and I actually put, to make it darker and more gloomy, to make the video darker, I put the sunglasses kind of over the camera in a better way than I'm doing now. I kind of taped the lens over the glasses so that the video would be a lot darker. And keep in mind, I have short hair. Look at my feet. Wow. I'm barefoot in my own house. How dare I? And basically the video was me laying on the ground right here in this exact position, in this exact spot in my room. And I'm listening to the music, but I'm not, like, the music isn't actually playing on the video. And I think I'm basically just doing this And then at one point I do like this. And then at one point I think I like maybe I like sit up. I like do like this and like look around, you know, to show that, oh, I'm so sad and heartbroken that this has happened. You know, because that's the only way I can think of being sad works. Yeah, that was it. That's me being sad over my friend dying. Wow, what an emotional piece of film. Really, I think I deserve an Oscar for that, honestly. There's my album. It's pretty good. That has nothing to do with this. Hairs in my eye. On August 24th, did I do anything on August 24th? I don't remember if I did anything on August 24th. Or August 25th, actually. Did I do anything else on the 23rd? Come on, I think that's it. I think I just recorded like the stuff at night, and then that video with me laying on the ground there. I think I did 2 videos similar to that, although I think another one was filmed on like the 28th. I'm pretty sure. I hope I'm not missing this. But yeah, that's as far as I'm going to talk about, because I'm tired of talking, and I probably shouldn't have ran out there in the middle of like the hottest part of the day and the hottest year on record, I think. Pretty much. It might as well be. Yeah. Didn't do anything on the 24th or on the 25th. Did one thing on the 26th, and that's it. Goodbye. Next time I do this, I will probably be in school and miserable.